EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the world's steel capital in the city of Bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, at Acrisure Stadium. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get it...
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
And the Steelers, first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. If you look at this Browns defense,
they come into this one down at the 27th position in the league, Charles, against the run.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
That's good for us Steelers.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Throwing now is Rodgers.
He'll get this complete to Calvin Austin.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
That's another Steelers.
On the give, it's Warren. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. From the 31, here's 2nd and 4.
At the 31-yard line.
Now Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 12-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Pittsburgh Steeler. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
At the Browns' 20-yard line.
Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Now he's flushed out right. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Calvin Austin,
his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Steelers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. And they'll be led out by their rookie QB, the young man out of Oregon.
There's a lot to like about Dillon Gabriel's game, and that was registered in the NFL draft when he went in the 3rd round. Incredibly experienced, started 63 games in college, which is an FBS record. He may be undersized, but he understands the offense very well, and he's a terrific competitor.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
They'll stay on the ground with Judkins.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
A gain of 13 yards. First down.
Now it's Judkins.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
10 yards.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
At the 47-yard
They'll run from the gun. It's Judkins.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter.
On 1st down, here's Judkins.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. At their 49.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. A gain of 8 there on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And the Browns 1st down.
An inside run with Judkins.
Ooh, with a juke. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
47 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here.
You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Operating from the gun. Gabriel steps away to his left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a 1st.
Judkins is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
At the Steelers' 2-yard line.
And they'll run again, but he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line.
A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Back to throw. Gabriel
Checks it down to Judkins. So on 4th down, Kevin Stefanski trots out the field goal unit.
from the left hash. Should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is indeed good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard
Get a look at
line.
DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field.
He's well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, maybe on pace to just tear past that, Charles. Defensively, they need to pay a little bit more attention to him.
Yeah, I think so, because remember, throwing the football, that can shred a defense quicker than anything else, because as soon as the catch is made, he still has the ability to, yards after catch, get downfield, gain even more, score touchdowns, all of that. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch as this progresses, to see how they defend him and how he changes up his game in order to try and keep getting open.
This one incomplete and over everybody. Looked like a clear throwaway, but the officials, they're going to say there's a receiver over there in the area, so no flags, and it's third down. That is caught. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big one there on third down. They hit for 30 yards.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So a first and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 43. From the gun, it's Rodgers.
Short throw to Smith. Now a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 38-yard line.
And again, it's Rodgers. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Now it's Rodgers.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. Now 2nd and 5.
Freiermuth. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second.
Hand off for Warren.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
7 yards there and a first down.
A 7-yard gain. That's good for a Pittsburgh Steeler.
In motion goes the tight end. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
DK Metcalf halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Boswell good with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
14. Browns 3.
So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Breaks through the contact and makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense.
And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Off play action. Gabriel. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
The Browns at a disappointing 1-4 as they start play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line.
Second and 9 now. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
His dad certainly had a few of these. Joey Porter Jr. there for the sack.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Gabriel. Eluding the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And this one is right through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field.
He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise, he can really decimate him.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Now a run with Warren.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
This now a 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up?
A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Browns.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
T.J. Watt, the All-Pro, in there to take him down. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
Back to throw. Gabriel. Under pressure, they got him again.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And that'll get the lead down to 5.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Steelers offense and DK Metcalf getting ready to go back to work.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
It certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
A gain on the play. That's good for a Steelers first down.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Looking for Austin, intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it.
And the Browns are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. They'll have good field position at midfield following the turnover as they start with a 1st down here.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Judkins going to run it out of the gun.
And oh, he coughed it up. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, I mean, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offense.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up.
This short pass into the hands of Njoku.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
Looking to throw. Gabriel. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
2nd and 6.
Out of bounds at the 33-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
A give up the middle, Jenkins. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 76 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
The Browns first down.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. 2nd and 6. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 36 yards on the play.
That's good for a Pittsburgh Steeler. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
That's why you call a screen. You want to catch a defense overcommitting. Plenty of space available, and that matched up perfectly. What a convoy he got downfield to pick up big yardage on that play.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Shotgun now for Rodgers.
That's complete to his tight end Freiermuth.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 25-yard line. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Rodgers again now. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Boswell's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
The Browns drive about to get started.
1 second, all that remains.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone.
Team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Browns offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Alex Highsmith simply would not be stopped on that play.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Back to throw.
Gabriel setting up a screen for Judkins.
And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not one bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
Here comes Peppers.
Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Good for a Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And he's taken down. This will be a Browns sack.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
And on 3rd down, the Browns going to go with a nickel set. To throw, it's Rodgers.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Browns.
Here's a quick throw caught out wide. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Gabriel. This one is complete to Judkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
A gain of 22 yards. 1st down, Cleveland.
It's Judkins. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Chuck Clark brought him down. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up
off the play fake. Gabriel.
The 42-yard line.
A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Browns first down.
They'll give it to Jenkins.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Back to throw. Gabriel. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down.
David Njoku. A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Yeah, the Browns are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Now they'll fake the jet sweep here and throw off play action.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. It'll go as a loss of 8 and a tough result there on 1st and goal.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to them. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
2nd and 15. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Looking to throw. Gabriel. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Browns have cut the lead back down to 2. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now the Steelers getting set and ready for their next possession.
Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Here's 2nd and 10.
At the 27-yard line.
On the run, it's Warren.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game,
and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out, got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. The Browns offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. 2nd and 14. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
They'll run it, Warren. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 57 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
The Steelers, first down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Right back to him on first down. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Here's Warren. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Tackle made at the 5-yard line.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a third one.
Yeah, now from this spot on third down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
Brings up 4th down.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play.
Yeah.
But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the third quarter. They'll start by running the option to the right. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 11-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Cameron Hayward has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Buying
time to his left. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
And the Browns first down.
On the ground, this is Judkins.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. T.J. Watt, always a disruptor, there to blow that play up. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Cameron Hayward picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game. And now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense. Blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Steelers offense and Aaron Rodgers getting set for their next drive. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Short throw to Smith. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Brings up 3rd and
in motion
9.
to tight end. Here's Rodgers to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 30 yards.
Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Rodgers now to throw. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
They'll run it for the first time with Dameon Pierce.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
Now Rodgers. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
Grant Delpit
with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, paired that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Boswell's kick is good. And that will push the lead up to 5. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
The Browns offense and their running back getting set to go once more. Then you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and made him a real weapon in the passing game.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Back to throw. Gabriel.
And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker, 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off, because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Returning is Peppers. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together. Here's Rodgers. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And this one is incomplete.
Just because you've got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
The Waitman now to punt as he sends this one away.
Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 40-yard line.
Once again, Judkins. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Looking to throw. Gabriel. And that is incomplete.
Gabriel's pass intended for
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers' offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling.
Fighting through it, he's got space.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 3 before being taken down.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 42-yard line. Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ballgame. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Now run straight ahead with Warren.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
On the give, it's Warren. That's Ronnie Hickman who is there for the tackle.
Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Now it's Rodgers. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Extra point now by Boswell. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And in the end, a Calvin Austin touchdown grab finished the drive off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
So now the Browns down by 12. A minute 51 on the clock. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Gabriel. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
Well, this crowd making it hard to hear. This is 3rd and 8.
Off-play action. Gabriel. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Here we go. This is 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Steelers, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Browns, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.